Hello, I am Raiden Khan and I welcome you to the Ultimate Simulated Universe Guide. Before anything else, I'd like to tell you guys that I was able to beat the simulated universe all the way up to World 6 within 2 weeks of starting Honkai Star Rail, and by using characters that I literally acquired within the game without spending any money whatsoever. What this means is that no matter if you're an F2P player or a whale, you will benefit from this guide in some shape or form. So make sure to watch till the end, as I will cover the most important topics concerning the simulated universe and how you can make the most out of your team in trying to clear it. Let's talk about that right now. Alright, so the first question that we're going to talk about is team composition. The $1,000,000 question that we all like to ask: what team should I use? And I've got just the answer for you. Let's break down the components of a quote good team and then choose characters that can fill those roles. So here's the format that I've been using myself. Slot number 1, tank. Slot number 2, healer or shielder. Slot number 3, damage dealer. And slot number 4, that can be pretty much filled in with any supporting role such as crowd control or a damage buff. Now this is a format that worked well for me, but is by no means an end-all be-all solution. The reason I came up with this particular format is because it can fit in the characters that are readily available in the game, and it does so fairly well. As an example, my team consists of Fire MC as the tank or shielder, Natasha as the healer, and Dan Heng as the damage dealer. All three characters fitting in the format as aforementioned, and they are easily available to everyone without even the need to pull on any banner, since they can literally be acquired for free by playing the game. So if you're an F2P player and are wondering what team composition you can use, these three characters alone can get you far, and of course, you can have a guaranteed 5-star pull from the beginner's banner that can fill the 4th slot in your team. Now, talking about team composition, it is also critical that you upgrade your characters' levels as well as their abilities, or traces as they're called in Honkai Star Rail. Being able to clear the hardest content demands that you bolster the fundamental strength of your characters as much as possible. So getting them as high level as you can and leveling up their abilities as well as their light cones will help tremendously. Lastly, a lot of people seem to focus on the enemy's weakness and try to break their shields, but as a beginner, you will not have a plethora of characters to choose from, and will benefit much more from a team composition that allows you to stay in the fight without dying, so you can ultimately take out the enemy, with or without breaking their shield. Basically, team composition is much more important than having appropriate element type characters in your team. At least, that is my experience. All in all, your goal is to have enough sustenance so your team doesn't get wiped out, so you continuously deal damage and defeat your opponents. The format I've described works extremely well in that regard. Of course, you can use any other characters you like, as long as you have the fundamentals in mind and are able to proceed without getting wiped out. Moving on, the next thing we're going to talk about is Relics. Did you know that you can improve your character's damage as well as its defense significantly by leveling up your relics? Not only that, but equipping an appropriate set that benefits a character can boost its overall power level significantly. For example, Musketeer of the Wild Wheat is an excellent set for a damage dealer, as its set bonus provides more attack as well as more speed, which are both very useful to have on a damage dealing character. Similarly, Knight of Fury Palace is an excellent set for tanks that scale off of defense, such as Fire MC. Upgrading your relics is absolutely essential and should not be ignored if you want to have a powerful team. For damage dealers, I would focus on attack, crit rate, crit damage, and speed on relics as the main stats, whereas for tanks, I would focus on defense and HP, or defense and crit rate / crit damage, depending on whether you would like a pure tank or a tank that can hit like a truck. This is of course assuming that the tank's damage also scales off of defense, which is the case with Fire MC for instance. Personally, I would go the latter route because of diminishing returns, but that is a topic for another day. Now I know what you're thinking, but wait, shouldn't I save up my fuel so I can farm 5-star relics later on? Well, yes and no. While you could technically save your fuel and use it later, but in the meantime you will lack overall firepower as well as defense if you're trying to push through harder content, such as the simulated universe. My recommendation is to utilize the fuel you have currently to bolster your team's overall power, because it will help you clear an astonishing amount of content, ultimately letting you acquire a ton of stellar jades and other materials that will benefit you tremendously in the long run, as you will progress much faster and will start farming those 5-star artifacts much faster as a result in the future. Moving on, let's talk about how you can bolster your team once you've entered the simulated universe. As you start any world in the simulated universe, you will have the option to choose a quote path from several paths, such as the abundance, the hunt, the preservation path, etc, etc. Each of these paths will provide a certain type of boost to your overall stats, as well as a powerful ability that will be unlocked as you acquire a certain number of blessings of the chosen path. As you defeat enemies, you will have the option to choose from several blessings. Each of these blessings will belong to a certain path. This is important to note because this is where the path you chose will actually matter, because not only will blessings corresponding to the path will appear more often, but will also be crucial in unlocking the final ability corresponding that path. Curios are items that are similar to blessings but generally provide a bigger buff or advantage and are more scarce. Now I know that it is a lot of information, so I'm going to make it simpler and explain the path that I chose and the blessings that I chose accordingly. From my experience, Path of the Hunt seems to be incredibly powerful as it boosts your team's overall speed, and once you unlock the ability, you can use it to deal big damage in an AoE on your opponents. As for the type of blessings, I mostly focus on blessings belonging to either the Hunt or the Preservation. Blessings from the Hunt generally will grant you more offense, whereas blessings from the Preservation will complement shielded characters, granting them more sustain or damage. Overall, this complements the team's survivability as well as damage significantly and goes hand in hand with the team format that I aforementioned. You should also note that while clearing the simulated universe, you will acquire a currency called fragments that can later on be used to enhance the blessings you've acquired. In the end, it is all about choosing buffs, be it blessings or curios, that complement your team and provide you with as much benefit as possible, so choose wisely. If you've stuck around this far, I'd like to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are absolute chads or chadettes. Let's move on to the last but not the least topic, and that is the ability tree, which can be found within the menu before entering the simulated universe and is by far the easiest way to get stronger, because get this guys, it is absolutely free and it's completely farmable regardless of your progress. The ability tree provides a plethora of passive buffs that grant attack, defense, speed, and other excellent buffs that will make your teams tremendously stronger. In order to unlock these passives, you need ability points, and all you need to do to get these points is clear any level of the simulated universe that you can. Seriously, you don't even need to finish an entire world. Whatever progress you will make will result in some amount of ability points, and these can be farmed indefinitely as they do not require fuel, so you can basically go hard and farm as many passives as you can. The more passives you unlock, the stronger will be your team. So that's it for my simulated universe guide. I hope this helps some of you achieve your goals. I know I brushed off over some topics and I could have gotten in much more detail, but I guess that would have made this video way too long, and I wanted to keep it concise and digestible. So if you want me to make more similar guides, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, a like on it will be splendid. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
We need a strategy. This will strengthen our position.
Stay.
Found.
Move carefully. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Move carefully.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Time for a shot.
Lance at the ready. Tremble before my power!
Fighting is meaningless.
Naughty child. Nap time.
No interest in conflict. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Leave it to me.
Time for a shot.
Fighting is meaningless.
Let's begin.
Naughty child.
Nothing of the weight behind this power. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Nap time.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Time for a shot.
Tremble before my power! A world devoured by ice!
Formation!
This will be your burial ground! The eternal freeze will bury you!
No interest in conflict. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Naughty child. Nap time.
Junction of eternal winter!
I'm fine.
Not a threat!
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Nice teamwork.
Time for some hardship. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Fighting is meaningless.
Time for a shot.
Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Back off. Now or never.
You are doomed to fail! Freeze to death!
No interest in conflict. Fighting is meaningless.
Naughty child. That's better.
Nice teamwork.
I've no interest in the truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
The eternal freeze will bury you.
Fighting is
You know nothing of
meaningless.
the weight behind this power. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Naughty child.
Junction of eternal winter! Lance ablaze! Lance forward!
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Leave it to me.
No interest in
Nap time.
Lance at the ready. Tremble before my power! A world devoured by ice!
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Let me bestow upon you. I'm just fire. Lance forward.
Nothing of them survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Nap time.
Freeze to death.
Time for a shot.
I'm fine.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Don't worry about me.
This will be your burial ground. Witness the avalanche. I'm on guard.
Fighting is meaningless. The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Naughty child.
Timely treatment.
The judgment of eternal winter.
You know nothing of the way. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Don't worry about me.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward.
Leave it to me.
Time for a nap time.
Lance at the ready. It's time.
Let's begin.
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Naughty child. Nap time.
Tremble before my power. The world devoured by iron.
I'm okay. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
They promise.
A delicate operation.
Caution does not mean cowardice. Water heeds the cloud song.
Punish evil.
Do not be afraid. Heavens, rise! Awaken, dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon. Heavens, serpent, break!
I'm just warming up.
The times are changed. Awaken, dormant scale. World-cleansing dragon.
Exhilarating. Come get me.
The strength. Heaven's surge. Rise!
You're all in on it. Out of moves.
Awaken, dormant scale. World-cleansing dragon. Break! Grace. Grace.
Cut through the ranks.
Sense a storm. Heaven's surge. Rise! Awaken, dormant scale. World-cleansing dragon. Heaven's surge. Break!
I'm just warming up. You're all in on it. Cut through the rents.
Awaken, dormant skin. World-cleansing dragon. Heaven surge. Rise.
Have at you. Punish evil. How's this?
Awaken, dormant skin. World-cleansing dragon. Heaven surge. Break. Grace.
You're all in on it.
I sent a storm. Awaken, dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon. Heaven surge. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise!
I failed.
The consequences are mine to bear.